Hey, what's up? It's DJ Noble. Hey, I had a great time on the Preach J podcast. We talked about my time in Christian hip-hop as a DJ. We talked about my current music.
Yo, what's up? It's TMR. I just want to let you guys know a little something about the Preach J podcast. Preach J is a consummate professional. He's detailed, he's organized, and his line of questioning was superb. My experience on the show was absolutely one of the best.
The Preach J podcast is a great experience for you to hear people's stories who have been changed by the grace of God, for them to share their testimonies and encourage you, motivate you, and
Yo, it's Digital Diego, and I had an awesome experience on the podcast. I'm so grateful I was able to share how good God is and a little bit of my story. If you're looking for truth and real life godly discussions, you gotta tune in.
And you're watching
the Preach J podcast.
Now who that is who preach the word with no compromise? Preach by the Spirit of God, we see his word come alive. Preach. We give all praises to the Lord, he the Son of God. Preach. By holy fire, we set ablaze to that other side.
The war with Iran and Israel, this is getting too big. It's getting out of control. A lot of people are saying that Israel is playing us, and they've been playing us for a long time. Some people be even stating that Benjamin Netanyahu had things on Trump that he just holding to his face and saying, if you don't do this, we will do X, Y, and Z. But the thing is Israel actually controlling Donald Trump? I think we see for the past couple of weeks that the answer is no. He actually literally getting on Benjamin Netanyahu. I'm going to show you videos. We're going to be diving into a lot of different things. The question is this. Are we putting Israel first, or are we putting America first? Now, a lot of people saying the Trump administration is a Israel first organization, or whatever the case may be, group, or whatever case, whatever people want to call it, right? But I don't really think we are Israel first. I think Trump wants to help Israel. I think Trump trying to make a name for himself, trying to make a legacy, all the evil things that they've done for him, accused him, slandered his name. He trying to say, you know what? If I do one good thing out of all the things I have done in my life, I think this would be the perfect thing. Ending the war with Hezbollah, Iran, and Israel. Now, we can get this thing straight. Iran, the people in general, is not Hezbollah. Remember, Hezbollah is the people that actually love to march Christians on the seaside. I have videos of that as well. And kill them. I'm baffled when I see a lot of people, especially Democrats, defending Iran, Palestine, Muslims, defending it. I'm saying this. Okay, yeah, they hate Christians, especially the radical ones. But we step back. The people that are actually going to be hating way more than us, the Democrats. Why? The Democrats go against every single thing that the Muslims, especially the radical Muslim, even for. Let's talk about the LGBT community. That's just going to make them line you guys up, all you Democrats, and execute you, behead you, and let your blood run in the river. Whoopi Goldberg, I'm talking about Pelosi, I'm talking about Obama, I'm talking about Hillary Clinton, all these different people that is defending these terrorists. I'm not talking about Iran. I do believe somehow Israel should make probably, let's say a two-state. Let's see if that works. But I don't even think that will even work. I think even in the past years, in the 1900s, a little bit after after Israel got their land and we recognized them as a state, a country, a nation, they offered them Palestine. They offered them these things. They taunted down. So the idea of, all they want is their own land, that and this. No. They want one thing and one thing alone. To destroy Israel completely and wipe them off the map. That's what they've been trying to do for years. And I think a lot of people just look at, okay, Zionists. We look at people that actually follow the Jewish Talmud. We look at people that follow, the Jewish tradition. You look at all these different people, and they're like, man, everybody Israel this, Israel that, Israel that, and they just paint Israel as the devil. But Israel is not the first people that just start to kill somebody or start dropping bombs on people. Now, have they, have casualty happen where, children and things like that have been in the crossfire? Yes. I think there's no doubt about that. But then it's war. It is war. And that's why I'm trying to say I do not think Donald Trump, the Trump administration, should be putting our troops on the line. This is not our fight. We should do everything in our power to help them. I mean, give them resources, negotiate, have us to be in their corner, but not have our men to go on the ground and fight their battle. Now, they have the ceasefire, right? And the ceasefire, they keep having deals. They say, we've signed in this, that, and this, that, and this. And we saw this game time and time again. Hey, we got a deal. It's over. Boom. Somebody drop a bomb. Hey, we got a ceasefire. It's over. Israel drop a bomb. Hey, we got a ceasefire. It's over. Iran drop a bomb. Hey, we got a ceasefire. It's over. Blah, 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 that and this. It keep going on like a recycle dumb routine. It's like, bro, hold up, chill. What are you guys doing? What are you guys actually doing? Do you actually want this battle to end? Or are you guys actually trying to destroy each other? There's so many questions that we can all ask because we look at both sides. I'm not taking a side because I see Israel, when we have a peace treaty and they say, yes, go, we are down for that. They strike. And they do as well, vice versa. So it's like, it seems like the terrorists is saying, I'm trying to destroy Israel when they least expect it. And Israel saying, oh, when we get a ceasefire, and whenever that happens, we can just go down, hit them so hard, and destroy them. This will, secure our nation. Benjamin Netanyahu even stated, I think it was last week, that he doesn't care if America say no, or that and this, that and this. He's going to make sure Israel get protected. And I'm for that. I hope he do. As long as our troops are not on the ground and helping you in your conquest of destroying Hamas. Yes, I do believe Hamas should be destroyed. This terrorist organization need to be obliterated. It need to be destroyed because they are evil. The Iranian people are more scared of them than Israel because Israel is not the enemy. And no, don't say, man, this guy, he's paid by the Democrats or Republicans, he's paid by the Zionists. They got him in his payroll. No. But if you're actually looking at it with clear eyes and not trying to pick sides, you will see that one thing and one thing alone. This terrorist organization is after one thing, two things. I'm sorry. Death to America, death to Israel. They do not want anything other than that. Now, I got a couple of videos where, J.D. Vance was on a podcast and they stated, and then the question was asked as I was talking about, do you think, Israel is controlling America? Is it America first or Israel first? And this is what he literally stated. I want you guys to listen to this. This is kind of shocking, his response to all this thing. And, it needs to be, talked about. So let's take a look at this, all right?
who believe that Israel has an outsized influence in the U.S.
Well, I certainly think that Israel, like a lot of other countries, tries to influence American politics. American leaders have to be very careful that when we pursue something, we're doing it for America's best interest and not for any other country's best interest. On the one hand, people will say that America's interests are always aligned with Israel's interests. It's just not true. The president has been very clear. He's got some disagreements with Bibi Netanyahu about how precisely to bring the Iran war to a close. And then I think there are some people who will say that Israel's interests are never aligned with America's, and I think that's also not true. They're a good partner in the same way that the United Kingdom or France are good partners. That doesn't mean that we're always going to have aligned interests. Sometimes criticism of Israel bleeds into Jew hate. It just does. Charlie was very aware of this. By the way, Charlie was very worried about Israeli influence in American politics. He also really disliked anti-Semitism. Pro-Israel people in the United States make two critical mistakes. On the one hand is not delineating between America's interests and Israeli interests, because they're not always the same. But the second is always conflating criticism of a particular government with Jew hatred. As if everything is Jew hatred, then nothing is Jew hatred. I actually think Jew hatred is very bad, which is why I think we have to be very careful about not calling it's kind of like how progressives for 20 years called everything racist. And we have to be very careful not to criticize somebody as anti-Semitic when they're just not.
Yeah, I completely agree with all that. And I think that distinction is important. However, from my vantage point, it seems to me like the bigger problem is almost like Israel derangement syndrome, going beyond, okay, yeah, we don't like Israeli policies. We don't think that we should put the priorities of any country first. Completely agree with that. That's fine. But the obsession that some people have, I would say on the right, with blaming all of their problems on Israel, all of their disagreements with Trump on some secret Israeli influence. And I'm not saying all of those people hate every Jewish person, but it seems to get there really fast. I see that more prominently on the right than I see true Israel first kind of obsession that you seem to be describing.
So I see both, and I think both are bad.
I mean, well put. I mean, just take a look and listen, because this whole Jew hate, like I say, it's going to have to happen. It's going to be here. It's going to stay. It is. Because the Jews are going to have to be hated. Because, like I said, I'm keep trying to tell everybody, because they say the Jews won the world, right? Everybody say that. And then they say, well, the Bible says they talk about the Jews that are not, but they are synagogues of Satan. And then it's like, okay, so are they Jews, or they acting like they Jews, right? Are they actually Jews, or are they acting like they're Jews? Because if they're acting like they're Jews, they're not Jews, and that means the Jews are not one in the world, right? They just people that's in power, that's rich, that's claiming to be Jewish. Like if I was claiming to be German, full German, I'm not German, but I'm claiming to be German. That don't mean I'm German. You feel me? You get what I'm saying? So when you hear all people saying all this stuff, it's like this anti-Semitic thing, and that the Jewish people is the bad guy and they not the bad guy, all this stuff like that. I think their politics stinks. It does. Because a lot of them is, they more pro gay and all that kind of stuff. More than what I would be for, because I'd be thinking like the Jewish people were not even before this stuff, but they surprised me a lot. Different things. They even have like videos of, because now they got a ceasefire and everything like that. Again, like I said, and they got videos of, tunnels, this big, massive tunnels, and I have a video of this as well. I'm about to show it to you. But they have big, massive tunnels where they have bombs, RPGs. They have ammunitions, all this stuff. These are the stuff where they had like launchers where they put their weapons inside of it and just shoot it at Israel and just be boom, 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 boom. Now they got people that's from America coming in there, looking over everything, things like that, making sure they don't have any nuclear warheads. There was I don't know if I know what that video is, but Trump stated that he doesn't mind that Iran have bombs. Okay, now Hear this out because this is how big it is. Trump was the first person that said that this big thing was all about he does not want Iran to have any nuclear bombs, right? Now, he didn't say nuclear. He said he think they should have bombs. He said everybody around them have bombs, etc., which is true. But if we see all of the stuff that they have been doing for the past years, do you really think if we give them a bomb and they're allowed to have missiles, they're going to do the right things? I don't think so. You said the main reason why you was coming in was to destroy their bombs, their military supplies, and take them out. Now, like I said, I pray for our leaders, all of them. I pray for Trump because he got so much pride inside of him, it's not even funny. Stating that if it wasn't for me, there wouldn't be no Israel. He liar. Bald face liar. All due respect. If it wasn't for God, Israel would not be here. Remember the 6-Day War? All these Arab nations come surrounding them. This little country of the Jewish people. Not many soldiers even there. Miraculously, anybody that don't even believe in miracles would say that was a miracle. But he stated this. If it wasn't for me, Israel would not even be here right now. I am the glue that's keeping everything together. It's like that pride need to go. Take a look at this video. I was going to show you the one with them having the bombs. I might just show a picture of that. But take a look at this. Take a look at it. Trump need to simmer it down. Simmer it down. Take a look.
If it weren't for Donald Trump and Bibi Netanyahu worked well with me, but he will tell you, we're the ones with the guns, we're the ones with the whole deal, we're the ones with the B-2 bombers, etc. If it weren't for Donald Trump, Israel would have been serrated.
Yes, God do have people, there to help you. But he's saying like it's by his strength, by his might. And only the reason why Israel is surviving today is because Donald Trump was there to save them. And if it wasn't for Donald Trump, Israel would be destroyed. There would not be no Israel. If it wasn't for God, there wouldn't be no Israel. Trump really need to, like I said, simmer it down. Pipe it down. Here's another video I want you guys to see before we end. Like I said, this stuff is going to be more rapidly. I'll make more videos as it come on. But take a look at this.
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I've never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. When I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because of one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
There's President Trump. They'll stay in that. He's literally mad at Israel because of what they've been doing. I'm keep telling you, they keep saying they got a deal, they got a deal, that and this, that, and this. And like I said, President Trump always stated that if Iran does anything, he's going to destroy them off the map. Now, a lot of people saying that America won't be able to destroy Iran, but he's confident that he is. He is very confident that he will destroy Iran. Like I said, I don't believe we should. I think here's the video. I want this is the last video, but I do not believe that as American, me as an American, I don't believe that we should. I believe we should help Israel. I think we should help our allies. Israel been a good ally to us. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't believe we should put our men on the ground. I just don't. Take a look at this video though.
The split between Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu is growing wider. The US president has laid into Israel's prime minister in front of G7 leaders in France. And tonight, the Iran peace deal is hanging by a thread.
The G7 family and friends photo. Donald Trump confused about where to go, still reeling from the fallout of his latest feud. This time with Benjamin Netanyahu.
Now, I'm not happy with the way Israel has handled themselves with Lebanon and with Hezbollah.
Blaming the Israeli Prime Minister for global unrest and telling Netanyahu to be more responsible with Lebanon. Israel refusing to remove its troops in line with the Iran peace deal.
Without the United States, there would be no Israel. Without me, there would be no Israel. And you don't have to knock down an apartment house every time you're looking for somebody.
And this is why the US president face to face with the Gulf nations bearing the brunt of Iran's retaliation, heaping praise on Middle East leaders, praise they returned.
You'll always be my friend. Highly respected people, great people.
I think you took the right decision.
Europe has big questions for the US president, but here in the French Alps, some of the world's most powerful people are doing everything they can to keep Donald Trump happy.
Given a football jersey, a belated birthday present.
It's great.
And as Ukraine is again embraced by world leaders.
Thank you for the invitation. Come on.
Donald Trump tells Vladimir Putin it's time to make a deal of his own.
I mean, this is getting way too out of hand. Like I said, President Trump always said that if Iran keep going on doing what they doing, he's going to bomb all of them. He said another word I'm not going to state, but he's going to literally bomb. He said he's going to destroy them. He said they're going to be literally, because they say they threatened to cut off the sea airline where all the oil and stuff is, blah blah blah, that and this. And he said if you guys do that, I'm going to destroy you before you go into your country. I'm saying he seemed like he's so anxious to get into this war. We need to stop and look what we actually doing. Let Israel fight this war. Yes, help them. But we need to make sure America is safe. Yes, like I said, let's help Israel. But we are America first. And always will be America first.
Who that is who preach the word with no compromise? Preach by the Spirit of God, we see his word come alive. We give all praises to the Lord, he the Son of God.